Hello guys, Pete here, and today in this video I would like to announce about the celebration of the Autism Awareness Month basically. Now, there's been a thing going around on YouTube lately about Autism Awareness Month that happens in April regularly, and a lot of other YouTubers have been celebrating it lately for those who are on the autism spectrum basically. So I wanted to do my celebration of my own as well, and I'm joining with the rest of them this year. I haven't really done a video on this before, but I thought I'm going to do this probably once a year now, because it gives a good opportunity for me to be able to open up about things and all sorts of things like that. So I'd like to open up about the my autism spectrum that I am currently diagnosed for. So yeah. So this month, obviously, at this time in April, everyone celebrates Autism Awareness Month, sorry. And basically, I got diagnosed for being autistic when I was about 4 years old, I think, etc. So I got diagnosed for autism back when I was a toddler, basically. And ever since then, like I say, it has multiple effects on me, like my behaviour, my cleverness and my smartness, and what hobbies I'm fixated on, etc. Now, the majority of my autism, etc., has been fixated on the hobby of YouTube, basically, because since I was a little boy, since I was about 5, I've always I started watching YouTube videos when I was about 5 years old, and basically ever since then, when other people saw, when I saw other people's videos and that, etc., and how good they were and how many views they were getting and things like that, basically that got me really inspired to wanting to do YouTube videos. It took me a while, basically, to be able to set up my own channel, and I had to wait till I was about 14 to be able to get a YouTube channel, so it was quite a long wait to did, but I was grateful that I never gave up and stopped on doing it, etc., and that I was able to eventually start posting videos to you guys, etc. Since I was about, 11 and 12 now, I would say, something like that, my hobby was also started being fixated on buses and transport, and that's what the majority of my videos are on this channel nowadays. However, though, the majority of my videos and everything haven't always been fixated on buses. Right when I started YouTube, I did gaming and content, etc. And then I did pranks and challenge videos and something like that for a while. And then for about a week, I was giving it a test of animation videos, but at the end, they did work out for a bit, and everyone was supporting that, which I was very thankful for people of doing. But later on, I thought that's what everyone's doing nowadays, and I got a bit bored of it, and I think I wanted to do something a bit different. I know there's other bus YouTubers out there, but there's not as many as the actual YouTubers who do like challenge videos and things like that, because that's what's most common nowadays, etc., including gaming. Because of my autism spectrum and things like that, etc., that's made my hobby very fixated on buses and that. So I think how many weeks? I think about nearly 5 or 6 weeks. I've gradually started making changes, and I wanted to start doing videos on buses and things like that, and doing bus spotting and bus navigation, including other things. But obviously, that's what most bus YouTubers would do. But I change my videos around just a little bit. Like, I do challenges on them. I do vlogs. And everything like that. That's what my videos are about, because at the end of the day, I want to do what I'm interested in and what would benefit the content for me. And this is why I changed it around, because I thought it'd benefit the content by quite a lot and everything. And so far, people have really gone since I did that content and everything. We had someone who said, actually, I'm not going to say the name, but I think it was actually my father that said this, saying it was the best idea of me to do. So Dad, if you're watching this video, I respect your opinion on that, etc. And I think, to be honest, it was a good idea of me to do it. I think I would agree on that. I think it was one of the best ideas I did have so far, because even when I was doing those videos, I was very passionate about buses back then, even as well. You know, I was doing plenty of bus spotting. You know, I was working on doing bus gaming and things like that on a computer and everything like that as well, because I'm very good at tracking buses by down, you know. Like, I use a lot of bus tracking devices and things like that, you know. But because of my autism and everything like that, it's made me very fixated, and I'm planning on being on a bus, making awesome bus vlogs and making awesome challenges and things like that, you know. Within, I would say around Lancashire, West Yorkshire and Greater Manchester, maybe occasionally further afield, depending where I'm going, you know, where I'm able to go, you know, etc. Because, like I say, it can be difficult for me to go further afield sometimes, you know, on where I do bus vlogs and things like that. But I tend to get as many out there as I can, you know, because I think the content that I'm doing at the minute has really improved the channel by quite a bit, and I think a lot of people appreciate it, and I think a lot of people are supporting it and things like that, etc. And it helps it helps with the ideas of my videos, and it's improved the identity and the ideas of my videos and everything. So I'm never really struggling for content as much as I was back when I was doing the old content. But at the end of the day, I don't intend on doing videos like that anymore, I don't think. I intend on doing bus transport videos and things like that, because it's just seems to have been the best idea for this channel so far. And I wish that the channel was actually like that throughout the majority of it. But to be honest, I wasn't thinking about it when I was younger. I was doing what the other YouTubers were doing and everything, because I also got inspired for some time to do that, but realised it didn't work out. So that's why I wanted to do the bus videos and the bus vlogs and things like that. And I wanted to start becoming a full-time bus YouTuber and everything like that, because I thought I'd do a pretty good job at doing bus navigation and things like that, you know. Not just going outside and filming them, like also reacting to things that about them on the internet and things like that, you know, etc. And doing gaming on them, you know, but doing bus gaming and reacting to all vehicles and things like that that used to be getting used for each operator on the internet. Now, like I said though, my videos are mainly operation for Lancashire, Yorkshire and Greater Manchester. Like I said, I do sometimes go further afield, but usually it's in those areas. And usually I usually very focus a lot on the Transdev family, like I say, the Transdev buses. I might occasionally do some upper operators like First, B Network, Stagecoach, you know, etc. And just all Transdev things, you know. And what else? Did I forget anything else? No, I don't think I forgot anything else. No, but yeah. So, because, like I said though, because of my autism spectrum, that's made me very fixated on that. Because the majority of the time, people with autism, it makes people like very fixated on the same hobby, and then it can actually, for a long time, definitely for those people, but it can also make that hobby fixated throughout people's mind for pretty much the rest of the majority of their life for some people, etc. Now, a lot of people say that people with autism can be smart. Yes, that's true. Some people can be very smart, but only because they're fixated on that hobby. It depends on what subject it is and things like that they can be clever by. But yeah, I know some people with autism can be pretty intelligent, etc. And but obviously that all depends on the subject and what the hobby is, you know. What else? My life story about it though is like, you know, now I want to go for a bit about my school life and everything like that, because I've done a few updates on this in my channel in the past. Basically, during my time at school, I'm currently in college right now, but in further education down next door to my school. But basically, when I was in school, there used to be a lot of drama, and there used to be a lot of kickoffs that go at my school, because my school was obviously special needs, special education basically, which resulted in a lot of drama and a lot of fights occurring and things like that, you know. And there used to be a lot of childish, which you can get in most schools, obviously, but in special needs schools, people require more help and everything like that, partly because the majority of them have needs I do, etc., which means it requires them to have more help, and people don't always realise what is bad and good, you know. Etc. But in a special needs school, like I say, that in my time at school, there were a lot of fighting. Occasionally, I used to get bullied quite a lot as well because of my diagnosis and everything like that, you know. A lot of people used to think I was autistic, but I kept denying for some time that I wasn't. I'd only tell the people I'd really trust, you know, and I wouldn't even ask them to really say it to anyone or anything like that. When I was in school, I'd tell my trusted friends or whoever I trust. I'd only tell them about my spectrum if people who really understood me and people who really supported me, because I knew I could trust them, and which they did, and it was a good job I did, so they could be more aware of what was happening, rather than keeping it to myself, so that people could be there to help me. But every time I got bullied, basically. So yeah, but I kept denying to those people that I was autistic, but people would never believe me and things like that. They just keep going on it. But every time I used to tell them, I wouldn't ask them to say really much to anyone. You know, I'd ask them to keep them to themselves about my spectrum on the autism diagnose. Also, what else? I still, in college though, it is slightly different because you get treated more like an adult and things like that. You can still get bullying once now and again, etc. Partly because you're still young adults and everything trying to learn. I'm still in a special needs college at the end of the day where people require more help again. Recently, I've had some bullying going on, but I'm not going to say any students' names or anything. But because of my spectrum, like I say, we had some incidents recently where people were we've had some of the people at school or even outside of school, like even people that live on my street, some kids were putting me through a lot of peer pressure basically and things like that, in getting me to react like that in order to be to tell me that I'd be successful and I'd be and I'd make more friends by making that behaviour, because I'd be acting like them and making it like a gang. But obviously I've learned now that that's not the right way to behave, and it caused a massive lot of issues at home basically for some time. But thankfully I've learned through that, and I learned I was in the wrong for doing it, and I've learned now not to trust those people again, etc. I should have thought that, known that peer pressure was not always the best thing, but I didn't realise at the time they were actually peer pressuring me. I thought they were just getting me to act like I was having more of a banter and a joke and things like that, etc. with the other people, but clearly it was quite bad. It got quite bad at the end. You know, it obviously is quite a dangerous world out there, and it can get quite bad, and it had like I said, with all that peer pressure that went on, it had an impact on my anxiety, and it had an impact on my behaviour and everything like that, the way I behaved. Usually I would, when I was at, like, let's do school, I would not usually take more notice of what people say or anything. Usually I wouldn't give like a crap of what people would tell me or anything like that, you know, etc. But with this peer pressure thing and everything like that, it got to me a bit more, unfortunately. But like I say, it was because at the time I didn't realise that it was bad what they were doing to me and trying to get me to behave like that and things like that. You know, which is pretty bad. But it is a dangerous world out there. You are going to always bump into bad people. And I do feel really sorry for those people, because I do notice a lot of people saying they are right. A lot of people with autism are the easy targets for getting bullied. And that is exactly true. And I've definitely been through some of that myself, you know. And basically, can be quite hurtful, to be honest. It can be quite frightening, to be honest, and things like that. And I do want to assure people, for anyone who's watching this video, who is this autism awareness video, who is in a situation like me, please, if you're ever struggling or anything like that, do let me know, like I say, in the comments below. Like I say, I'm always here for you guys and everything like that. I'd understand. So yeah. Well, that's it from me anyway, but I thought I'd get this, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Happy Autism Awareness, everyone, basically, and I thought I'd give this video as an opportunity to be able to just open up more and things like that, you know, etc. to you guys. Yeah, but I hope, and I've not really said to you guys about my spectrum on autism, but I thought it was time I did, you know, etc. I didn't really want to hide it any longer, so that you guys could have more of an understanding as well why I'm into buses and things like that, etc. So yeah. Anyways, bye bye guys. I hope you enjoyed.